So you need to stop paying attention to your emotions. That's a controversial statement, especially in the self-help, personal development, touchy-feely, got to feel all my feelings. And here's the thing. There's a reason why you shouldn't pay at least so much attention to your emotions. Because your emotions don't tell you the truth. They tell you the truth about what you believe, and your beliefs don't tell you the truth. They tell you your best guess at reality. Now, are your beliefs important to know? Absolutely. So your emotions help you understand. They are a radar for what you believe. Your beliefs help you to see what your perception is of reality. Think of it like a camera aperture. There's a whole landscape, but you're focused on one piece, one slice, and it takes a quick little picture and it projects it on that film or that digital chip, and then you print it out or blow it up or whatever, put a frame around it, hang it in the gallery of your mind, and you say, that's the landscape, that's the Grand Canyon. No, it's not. First of all, it's not the Grand Canyon at all. It's just a picture of it. It's a perception of it, and it's only a small slice of it. And if you think about that is what your beliefs are, and that your emotions are generated from your beliefs, you start to see just how, in some real way, insignificant your emotions are in terms of your relationship to reality. But there's an even bigger reason. Again, I'm not knocking emotions. They're valuable for feeling, for experiencing. They're valuable for understanding what you believe, because it's hard sometimes to get in touch with your belief. So just look at your feelings and then let the feelings give voice, and you'll understand what your belief is. But there's a much more powerful reason. As we've developed and our brain is developed, before we had the full brain that we have now, we mostly didn't have an emotional ability. We didn't have emotions in the same way, emotional intelligence. And so pain or struggle was a physical thing, and it was a signal that we were in danger. And don't go that direction, or stop, or slow down, because you're literally wounded and you might be bleeding out. So it was a really important evolutionary mechanism so that we would survive. But when the brain developed, between the brain and our survival mechanism of the mind, it did not differentiate between your emotional feeling and your physical sensation. And so it believes that when you're feeling a painful emotion, or that if there's a painful emotion down there, it believes that's literally dangerous to your life. And so it's doing everything it can on one level to repress it, to suppress it, but when it does come up, it triggers a similar response. So you're sitting there going, I want to write my book today, but I'm feeling scared, I'm feeling unconfident. So it triggers a similar thing, I'm in danger, and you don't write. I want to go to the gym today, but I'm feeling unconfident about the way I look, or I'm tired, or whatever, so you don't. Or I want to go talk to that person, or I want to have that important but difficult conversation, but I'm feeling anxiety, fear. It triggers the same impulse. I'm in danger. I might die. I might die if I go speak on stage. I might die if I have this conversation. I might die if I put my work into the world. You won't die. But the mechanism is so strong that it's stopping you over and over and over again from going for it, from doing what you need to do. You're letting your feelings determine your actions. And that is not mastery. That is victimhood. That is slavery. And there's actually a name for it. It's a cognitive disorder called emotional reasoning. It's like, I don't feel like it, as if that's a good reason. I'm not inspired today, as if that's a good reason. That's not a good reason not to follow through. The most successful people, the most creative, innovative, wealthy, successful, healthy, and happy people do not make decisions based primarily on how they feel. They make decisions based on what they truly value and what they hold as their vision. And the other people have a vision that's smaller than their TV screen. And they feel their feelings and let that determine what they'll believe, what's possible, and what they'll do. So don't pay so much attention to your emotions. Pay attention to your deepest desire. Pay attention to the life you want to create. Pay attention to what inspires you, what turns you on, what lights you up, and then write it down. describe it, define it, and create a real plan for it, and then put it on your calendar. Because a vision without a plan is a fantasy, and a plan that's not on your calendar is wishful thinking. So get interested, pay way more attention to what you truly want, what really lights you up, and create that structure. And then when you wake up and you look at your to-dos, knowing that they're aligned with your bigger goals, with your higher vision and your deepest values, you don't check in your emotions and go, do I feel like it today? Do I feel like exercising? Do I feel like connecting with my loved ones? Do I feel like writing? Do I feel like, no. You look at your vision, you look at your plan, you look at what you've committed to, and that is what you let determine what you do. And then you create, as part of your plan and your structure, time for your emotions, time to sit down and feel what you're feeling and discover what you're believing and begin to do the work to transform and recondition those beliefs so that they're more and more in alignment with your vision. That's the proper order. Feel your feelings, yes, but do it anyway. You know how it says feel the fear and do it anyway? Put any emotion in there. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Feel the anger and do it anyway. Feel the sadness and the grief and do it anyway. Do it anyway. And make sure you take time to then be with your feelings. Now, one last thing, I'm not saying repress your feelings. I'm not saying don't feel your feelings. If you don't feel them, if you make them wrong, you give them more energy and they will come back even stronger. So if you're feeling afraid, you can notice, like the poem from Rumi, where fear comes to the door, he invites fear in for a cup of tea. Those emotions are energy. So it's like, hello, fear, how are you doing today? Would you like a cup of tea? Hey, I'm going right now. I'm gonna go do this thing. You can come along or you can stay at home, but I'm going. So if you wanna come, get in the back seat. Don't be a backseat driver, because I'm gonna do what I've committed to doing. So you don't reject it, you don't judge it. You can take it with you, you can leave it at home. But whatever your deepest value and your greatest vision is, commit to it and let that be what drives you and determines what you do every day. And I guarantee you will transform your life in quantum leaps. Give it a try. Let me know. Post about it. Share about it. Share this video with all your friends and colleagues and clients that are also struggling to commit to things, to follow through on things, and to achieve the things they want. It'll change their life. So I hope this has served you, inspired you. Now stop watching and get back to work. Until next time, remember to live authentically, love unconditionally, and follow your destiny.